What's going on, guys? Awesome back, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the defenders that you need to start running in the new Rainbow Season Deadly Omen to make your rank skyrocket and make you hit new peaks. So let's get into it. First operator we have is Solas. Now, it would be Fenrir, but Fenrir has been getting banned so much in ranked that I didn't want to throw him in this and kind of waste a spot. If Fenrir's there, make sure you run him. But the first one we have is Solas. Solas is so good. Can see any electronic. She can deny plant, get you free kills, destroy intel, and we know intel is the most important thing in Siege. It's king. Intel is king. So being able to cut that off, get rid of drones, get rid of just all that stuff is going to make you and your team win way more. But yeah, let's get into our loadout. She's going to get the P90. Solid gun, solid SMG. It fires hella fast. It's got a big round. It can do wonders for you. And then we got the ITA, which is runnable because you have the SMG-11, which is one of the strong points on Solas. Is she gets probably the best secondary in the game. So you can run the shotgun and you can run the SMG. But I run the SMG and the SMG-11, two SMGs, I know, but the P90 is good. It's always good to have. The SMG's 11 is always good to have. And then obviously she's going to get impacts, which you make sure you run impacts on Solas. I do not want to see anybody running bulletproof camera. Make sure you run impact grenades. You can help deny plant. It can help you destroy barricades. If you see people on your device, like on your phone, you can throw that at the window, jump out, kill them. Easy kills. But yeah, Solas is great, man. Make sure you run Solas. She will help your team win seriously so many more rounds, whether it's they're trying to get the plant down or they're just playing the game. But yeah, make sure you guys run Solas. Next up, we have Aami. Now, she still cracks the list even after her nerf. I thought her nerf was going to be way worse for her than it actually was, but she is still here. Aami is still incredibly strong. She is so versatile. She can help you hold important places in the map and hold map control. But yeah, Aami still does everything she did before. Obviously, they can get shot, which does suck. But if they are shooting it, it can give you, a lane to swing them if you're playing on that Kiba or near. So Aami, it does suck that, she did get a little bit worse with them being able to be shot. But she's still insanely strong because it still takes, I'm pretty sure, 2 mags of like a AR to get rid of 1 Kiba. So she is still strong. I don't know how many people want to do that, but yeah, her ability is still great. And then we look at her kit. Obviously, she gets the VSN, usually what I run. It's pretty good. It's a pretty solid SMG. Obviously, same one that Capcan has. It doesn't get ACOG, which does suck, but her shotgun does. Now, this is a great shotgun. It lets you, make a lot of rotates, make, head holes and stuff like that, lines of fire. It also does a lot of damage. It's basically a 2-shot. It gets ACOG as well. So I would probably run the shotgun if you are comfortable with it. Obviously, it doesn't hurt to run the SMG, but the shotgun is probably your better option if you're good with stuff like that. But yeah, she also gets the Deagle, which is pretty good. Basically a 2-shot, high damage, and she gets impacts and barbed wire. It's kind of up to your team and kind of who, like, the operators you're bringing, if you need to bring impacts to help make rotates and stuff like that. But impacts, again, are always nice to help you make plays off of. You can make a lot of plays off impacts. But yeah, barbed wire isn't bad either. Just coordinate with your team. But if you're playing solo or, your team just doesn't care, just run impacts. But yeah, Aami is still great. Please run Aami. Next up, we got my boy Legion. Legion is so great, man. I swear he gets overlooked sometimes. He is so strong. He is one of the best defenders in the game. Obviously, his goo darts got changed a little bit in the past. Now, they do more damage, but they aren't invisible. But that doesn't matter because they still are great. They do more damage now, which is great. So now you can stack them, and I'm pretty sure if you stack all of them on each other on one window and someone jumps in, it kills them, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Legion is great. Obviously, you get the sound cues as the thing goes off, but also just the enemy has to literally pull the goo mine out of their foot. If they walk in the sight and they have to pull it out of their foot, it's and they're taking damage, it's gonna make them a little stressed, which gives you a great time to swing. You win that gunfight. Even if you don't, and you have someone refragging, they're gonna try to pull it out of their foot, and then the other person can refrag. Legion is so great for that. You know, he's a great sight anchor. He's also a 2 speed, 2 health. So he can roam too. Legion is great anywhere and everywhere, on any site, on any map. If we look at his loadout, probably one of the best in the game. Do never run the shotgun, just a fair warning. But the T5 is probably one of the best guns on defense, if not in the game. This thing actually shreds. I don't know how Oryx had a 1.5 on this thing for so long. This gun is amazing. It beams. Make sure you're using this. Plus, he gets a super shorty, so you can swing close range, you know, in fights, but also just make rotates and, you know, make head holes for your team, which is great. He can play on site, set up site. Impact grenades, obviously, make plays off those. Bring them for rotates. I'd probably just bring that over the bulletproof. If your team wants the bulletproof, bring the bulletproof. But yeah, probably one of the best loadouts in the game. He is so good, so versatile. Traps are always awesome to have. Trap operators are always a must bring on probably every site. On every site, I'm sorry, not probably. On every site, it's always great to have a Legion. It will never hurt. Plus, he has one of the best loadouts in the game. So make sure you guys are running Legion. Like, seriously. Next up, we have Melusi. She got a huge nerf, or, excuse me, huge buff with this thing right here. She gets the ACOG on her MP5, which makes her really great. We'll switch it up. We'll talk about her loadout quick first before her ability. She has the MP5, which beams with the ACOG. This and Doc, I mean, they both beam. Super 90, I wouldn't run that. I just run the MP5, honestly. One of the better pistols in the game, which is nice. And she also gets impacts, which is kind of crazy that all the operators I've talked to this point have impacts. Impacts are just great to have. You can make so many plays off them, you know, and just help your team. You know what I mean? But yeah, impacts, definitely run those. Bulletproof. And you can kind of coordinate with your team, again, what you want, but it's not like Solas where you need to run impacts. It's up to your team and you. But I just run impacts. But now getting more into Melusi, obviously, her Banshees, her main ability, did get nerfed, have gotten nerfed since launch, where you used to have to punch them, but now you can shoot them, you know, when they're going off. But yeah, Melusi is still great. I mean, her ability is great to, you know, block off sight, you know, just let people know. Obviously, it is a trap. Trap operator is always great. But one of the big things I think with Melusi is if you put this like on an angle that you are gonna hold, right, and you are kind of hiding behind like something and you're not like exposing yourself or holding the angle, and they walk in and they get hit by the Melusi and you put the Melusi down low, that's one thing you need to do. Melusis are always, you want to put them down low into the ground because you want to force the attacker, or yeah, you want to force the attacker to have to look down and shoot your Melusis. That's huge, you know, because basically, like what I was talking about, if you're, you know, off holding an angle, like you're listening, you're sitting behind something, getting ready to swing, and they hit the Melusi, and you know that they're like, oh, I'm gonna look down because I have to shoot this. They're gonna look down, take their, you know, scope off of where they should be holding where you're going to swing. They'll take it down, shoot it, and that's a perfect time for you to swing. So that's a scenario that you can use Melusi in. Obviously, she's great just to slow down, you know, attackers, pushes, and stuff like that. But yeah, Melusi's really great, especially with her buff, with getting the ACOG. Make sure you guys are running Melusi. She is very helpful. And last, but certainly not least, we have my boy Mute. Personally, my first defender that I ever ran when I got this game, and he is still kicking to this day. I mean, like I said with Solas, Intel is king in this game, and Mute, literally his ability counters that. He counters drones, he counters abilities like Lion, Deimos, Jackal, you know, and literally everything, bro. He is so great to have. You can also, you know, counter Walden or hard breaches and stuff like that. So Mute is always great to have. It is always great to have a Mute on any site you run, or you're on, any map you're on. Just denying intel is a huge thing. Him and Solas are great at that. But yeah, let's get into his loadout. He's MP5K, but I would run the shotgun, the M5. This thing hits like a truck. And it's great because he gets the SMG-11, which you should be running. You should never run this pistol. Run the SMG-11. So now you have this at close range, you have this at medium to long range, and he's kicking, bro. He can fight anywhere. He counters any gadget. He can fight at any level. Plus, he gets a C4. This dude is insane, man. One of the best kits in the game. He can fight from anywhere. Plus, his ability counters literally almost everything in the game. Mute is a must run. He will single handedly win you rounds and more rounds in games because of the denying of his intel, of attackers' intel, which is so vital in this game. But yeah, make sure you guys are running Mute, seriously. But yeah, this could be all for today's video. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and also follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/awesome2x2x's. But yeah, make sure you guys are running these defenders. Obviously, you can run any defender in the game. They're all going to be great in their own different ways. But these defenders specifically are going to help in the current meta and are really strong right now and are honestly just going to help you win more rounds consistently over a long period of time, and even immediate. They will have a huge impact on your games and on your rounds immediately and always. So yeah, make sure you guys are running these defenders. And yeah, peace out.